everyone. Just before we get started, Mr. Lindsay is a real good, was a real good friend of mine, and an example to all of us. Made you want to be a better man. Made our players in Detroit want to compete harder. Was around all the time. Was an absolute gentleman, and so, for his family here today, we're praying and thinking of you, and honored to consider a man of that quality your friend.
What sort of presence did he have when he was around?
Well, it was incredible. I'll tell you a little story. We had him do family day one day. That's when you come in, you talk about your family. We canceled morning skate that day, and he just had at her and showed us all the pictures and talked about, I think it was Kirkland Lake and growing up and playing in the league. And, obviously, no one respected the players more. No one did more for the Players Association, and just a quality man.
To imagine his legacy, right? There's just so many different parts of who he was over his career and his life.
Right. No, I obviously didn't know him as a player. I just knew him after, but the kind of determination, just the way he was with people, the respect he had for people, the respect he had for the game, for his opponents, how hard and competitive he was. I don't know. I just thought he was spectacular to be around. And my wife and I go over to Birmingham every summer there and go for dinner with him there. And, it was just a fun night, and he was a great guy and commanded the room when he decided he wanted to.
Tonight's game, Mike, as you get ready to play a tough team and a team coached by a man you know very well. You talk about being on the right side of the puck. How difficult does their lineup make it in terms of the challenge here tonight?
Well, they got a good team, and they're playing well. I like their group. Their back end can really skate and really move the puck. Obviously, good depth up front and good in goal, and they're well coached, and they're having fun. And, these are top teams in the league. They're going to go at it here tonight. Both teams took yesterday off. Both teams should be able to skate. Should be a fun game, and we have to do our part to make sure that happens.
What stands out to you about the way Giordano's playing this season at age 35?
Well, I just think he's always been an elite player, very intelligent, ultra competitive, real team guy, real team leader, and he's got her going. And, when you look at their back end, they got a number of players that can really skate and really move the puck, and they're involved in their offense, and they do a good job, and they have good forwards. So, they break out fast, and they come at you with speed, and they're heavy in the ozone. So it's, a good opportunity for our team.
What is the most effective part of Mitch Marner's game?
Well, he's smarter than everybody else. So he's got better edges, so he can go faster. He's like Datsuk was. He's faster with the puck than without it, but he's an elite defensive player. And he can check it back as good as anybody in hockey. And he likes hockey. When you got great personal energy and you bring it every day, you make your teammates better around you, he's an important player for us.
In terms of the skill and the smarts, do you see any similarities between Marner and Gaudreau?
For sure I do. Obviously, you guys are out here, we're out there. I don't see him as much, so I don't have that kind of answer and that kind of comparison. Obviously, they both have the puck a lot. They both make plays. They're wingers who drive their line like a center would, and that's what makes them special.
Mike, what was it about Austin Czarnik that made him a player of interest to the Leafs last summer?
High hockey IQ. You're always looking for a guy who's been in a spot that might not have got the chance, that maybe can get to the next level and find a way to be an everyday player that generates offense for you. Lots of times you're wrong. Probably the majority of times you're wrong. But every once in a while you find a guy, and that's what you need. You need to find players, and especially in the cap world, you need to find players that are going to play for cheap.
How's Morgan grown on the defensive side of things this season from your perspective?
Well, obviously he's an elite player. To me, he's a top 10 D-man, if not more, in the National Hockey League. Can play with and without it. We're going to need him to be special here tonight. He's an important player for us, especially when you take guards and Dermy out of the mix. We don't have the same kind of puck skill on the back end that we normally do, or skating. And so, more comes back to him, but I'm sure he'll be fine.
Bill has hammered home with his team to tighten it up defensively.
Yeah.
And because track meets, they've won a lot of track meets.
Right.
You guys win a lot of track meets too. Is that a similar message you've been imparting to your guys of late, like hammering home the defensive side?
Well, obviously, if you can't play without it, you go out in the first round of the playoffs every year. So you can have all these great regular season results, but when there's no space and no room and the other team's above you and they're just going to wait for you to turn it over, you're going to turn it over if you won't do the same. And so in the end, you end up disappointed in the spring. When you get these life lessons like we got the other night by the Islanders, why not just absorb it and get on and move on, and so you can play a long time in the spring instead of having an early exit?